Hey, guess what, everybody? CNN is trying something new to boost their ratings. Here's Jake Tapper to tell you what it is.
Hey everybody, I'm Jake Tapper from CNN State of the Union, and as part of our new partnership with factcheck.org, we're going to be taking a look at statements made by politicians and with factcheck.org, sussing out whether or not that's true. Let's start.
First of all, I like that Jake Tapper and CNN has decided to choose something new. Check the facts and the veracity of the shit that the people say they've been covering. What have you been doing for the last 30 years, Jake? So last 30 years, you're like, hey, you know all that stuff that people have been saying on our news show the last 30 years? Let's see how much of it is bullshit. That's really what Jake Tapper just said. And by the way, they can't do it themselves. CNN were like, well, how do we're going to check facts in the news? Is there some kind of website or an app that does that? Because we don't have anybody here who can do that. Factcheck.org, they can do it for us, and then we don't have to. Okay, so that's funny to make fun of them for doing that, right? Because that is ridiculous. They're announcing that they're going to start checking. They're literally announcing a news organization. CNN, by the way, I love to say this. Did you know that one of the N's in CNN stands for news? The other N stands for not. So this is Jake Tapper. And by the way, I'm sure he's a great guy. I'd love him to be godfather of my kids if I ever had one. And I'm sure I'd like to have a beer with him. But he falls down a lot on the job as a newsman. And here's a great, like, it doesn't dawn on him like, hey, he doesn't go, hey, you guys, isn't this what we're supposed to be fucking doing normally? No, he's like, hey, guess what? There's a website that checks facts. And we know how much you guys like to have accurate news reporting. So we decided, hey, why don't we just have them do it for us? So here he's going to go out, he's going to check the veracity, he's going to check the truthfulness of what Donald Trump's been saying about immigrants, which we all know it's all bullshit. We all know that immigrants actually commit crimes at a lower rate than natural-born citizens. They actually add to the economy. The states that have the most immigrants, they actually have better economies than the states that don't. Here's Jake Tapper. He's got a website that's going to do some fact-checking for his CNN.
Start with the Republican frontrunner, Donald Trump, who is making a big issue on the campaign trail of birthright citizenship. The idea that even if your parents are in the United States illegally, you become a citizen at birth if you're born in the United States. Take a listen to Mr. Trump.
You don't walk over the border for one day and all of a sudden we have another American citizen. It doesn't work that way.
Actually, it does work that way. So if someone is here, you're born in America, doesn't matter where your parents are from, you're an American citizen. So we've had this problem a couple of times in the United States. There's a reason why we have that. It's because exactly what Donald Trump's trying to do. He wants to get rid of people he doesn't like in the country. And by the way, if you do the birthright citizenship thing, you can go back all the way to nobody belongs here except the American Indians, right? That would be it, because everybody's parents were from someone else. You can just keep going back and back and back. So let's go. Here's Jake Tapper fact-checking.
Mexico doesn't do it. Other places don't do it. Very few places do it. We're the only place just about that's stupid enough to do it.
So Mr. Trump says it doesn't work that way, not in Mexico. Well, actually in Mexico, it does work that way.
First of all, okay, I'm going to rewind this because I just think it's hilarious to watch Jake Tapper when he's in the middle of actually fact-checking him. Look at the grimace he has on his face. Actually, that is how it works. And why would you wince when you're fact-checking someone? Here, so let's watch Jake Tapper once again. He's going to correct the facts, and it's like he has hemorrhoids and he's taking a shit. Let's watch.
Mexico. Well, actually in Mexico, it does work.
It does work that way.
Mexican nationality is acquired by birth if someone is born within Mexican territory, according to Article 30 of the Mexican Constitution, quote, whatever their parents' nationality might be. Now, technically in Mexico, you don't become a citizen until you turn 18, but that's true for Mexican babies born of Mexican parents on Mexican soil. So as far as Mexico is concerned, that's not true. Now, what about Mr. Trump's claim that there are very few places that give birthright citizenship? We're just about the only one stupid enough to do it. Well, there are about 194 countries in the world, and 30 of us are stupid or smart enough to bestow birthright citizenship upon babies born into a country, even if their parents are not supposed to be there. So a friendly reminder to all the candidates out there, you are entitled to your own opinions. You are not entitled to your own facts. For CNN, I'm Jake Tapper in Washington.
So that's his big report that they had to have factcheck.org do for them. Now here, Jimmy, well, obviously CNN knows how to check facts. They just make editorial decisions to not do it, right? No, so what they're doing is, so they had to correct Donald Trump there. They're afraid that if they come back at Donald Trump too hard, if they push back at his bullshit too hard, they're going to lose some viewers. So they don't want to lose viewers. So how do we fact check and not lose viewers? Oh, I know. We'll say they said it. So that's why they have factcheck.org. You go, no, it's that. We didn't. It's not a CNN. It's fact check. They did it. So it's that you can't argue with fact check, which they can. Everybody does. Who doesn't like what fact check says? People just argue about it. So that's why that's happening. You go, why would Jake Tapper and CNN have a website do their reporting, their journalism for them? Because they're afraid to lose. Because TV news journalism is not about the truth. It's not about news. It's not about reporting. It's about ratings and making money, which is why MSNBC has been showing Donald Trump speeches unedited, live, as they happen. I think they just recently stopped doing that. Thank God. That it's all about making money. It has nothing to do with actual journalism or actual reporting or integrity or informing the public. Because let me tell you something. The news media they should be embarrassed at how uninformed the American people are. Okay, from Planned Parenthood videos to Obamacare to ISIS, all the media does is whip up fear for the corporate machine, the military-industrial machine, also for, well, you know what, we're going to talk about it more in other videos, but right now, let's say thanks to Jake Tapper for outsourcing his fact-checking to factcheck.org.